everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jess and today's video is going to be a reading vlog. I've had a couple of people in my comment section ask, how do I read so many books? When do I find time to read? How do I know what I want to read next? How did I get into reading? So I thought I'd answer kind of those questions while doing a reading vlog. This week is half term. This is not a very accurate representation of how much I will read in an average week. And one of the things that I will like to say is that I grew up reading. It was my escapism from the real world around me, and I have been very open and honest on this channel about struggling with my mental health and seeking help for that, and particularly struggling throughout secondary school and college. So yeah, I started reading when I was really young for escapism. I loved all of your classics and I would read like 7-book series within 2 days. It was insane. That was my level of escapism. I would come home from school and I'd just read for hours and hours and hours until dinner time, have dinner, go to bed. I stopped reading after my A-level. I did an A-level in English and it just sucked my passion for reading right out of me. Looking back, I did enjoy the reads that I read for my A-level English, but it just sucked the joy out of things and I felt a lot of like trappedness there, and I just was reading because I had to and I was forced to, not because I enjoyed it. So I definitely was there. I stopped reading for a couple of years and then I picked it back up when I went to uni. One way that I find time to read, honestly, is because I don't really watch any TV. Like, I don't watch any TV shows, neither does Luke. I'm more of a YouTube girly. I feel like I grew up on YouTube watching people on YouTube, so I'll watch what people bring out that I follow, but other than that, I prefer to read. And I do watch movies occasionally or go to the cinema and things like that, but I feel like that's where a lot of my reading time comes from. And also I set aside time in the evenings where I say, right, that's it, that's enough, and we're not working past this time, and it is normally like 5 or 6 p.m. depending on the day that I've had and how well I'm feeling. So yeah, past that point, I don't do any work related things. That is my cut off. That's the point. A lot of the time I will stay and work at work until I've got my things that I need to get done for that day done and then come home. So then when I come home, I have no work. That kind of way I get a work-life balance. And also I personally just need that because I need to know that I can't feel guilty for not doing something else because I've set it aside and it's my time to do whatever I want. And I find having that time set aside every day is so good for you. This week I have some massive reading goals. I don't think we'll get through all of these books, but we'll definitely get through maybe 2, almost 3 maybe. So I've got some priority books because I am partway through them and have been since the end of January. So I just want to make this clear. We are filming this on the 10th of February. I continued reading some of this today though, Twisted Games by Anna Huang. And this is the second in her Twisted series, and I'm currently on chapter 28, page 248. We've got about 200 pages left of this book. I would really love to finish this. This is something that I could probably read in one sitting, so that's good. But I really want to finish this week. Also partway through Kingdom of the Feared by Carrie Maniscalco. I have the one with sprayed edges. This is the Waterstones exclusive, I believe, edition. And I'm on page 95, which is chapter 7 of this book, and I love the way Carrie Maniscalco writes. This is a fantasy with romance elements, but don't go into this thinking that it's all romance, but I'd definitely say the chemistry between the love interests, top tier, some of the best that I've read. I really enjoy the way that Carrie Maniscalco writes, although I have had a lot of mixed opinions on this series and on her writing, but I personally love her. So yeah, I would love to finish these 2 this week because I'm already partway through them. I need to read You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry this month because I pulled it from my TBR jar at the end of my Defeat TBR episode, but I'm not sure if I'm going to read this week. I might read it the week after. But my main priority for this week is to read as much as I can of House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas. But I have started. I'm only on chapter 4, so I'm not very far through this, and I think it's like 900 pages long. It is currently 20 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. I don't remember when I started this vlog, but I started it right after I finished filming my Project Pan update, which I do need to edit, but I think I've been reading for maybe like an hour to an hour and a half. Finished Twisted Games by Anna Huang, and I am actually not using Goodreads anymore to track my reading this year. This year I'm actually using an app called Fable. Now I don't keep completely up to date with this app in terms of my reading streaks are not accurate at all, because I don't go on the app all the time. I normally go on if I've started a new book, and I go on if I finished a book. I just really like the way that the reviews look and how you can kind of moderate them. So mine, I put a thumbs up. I gave it 3.5 stars in the end. I was umming and ahhing on whether to give this 3 stars or 3.5 stars. Would I think about it again? Overall, I love our main characters in here, Bridget and Reese, or Rise, however you want to say it. I really loved their story, but I think I talked about this before in my TBR. Once I got to part 2, it almost felt like they'd had a romance already, and then it was all changing. I did cry a little bit at this book, but also like the resolvingness at the end. I enjoyed the little plot thing that went on, but the resolveness at the end felt almost too convenient. There was no real problems when they actually sat down and thought about it. I think I might love the next one even more. This is a bodyguard romance. The next one I think is a hate to love, or an enemies to lovers kind of thing, and I think I'll really enjoy that. And I do have the next one after this, because I borrowed this from my mum, and I've got the next one as well, which would mean I only have the last one, which I think is Twisted Lies, to read. I don't know, I like it, I just don't love it, and I get frustrated at that feeling, because I just honestly feel as though everyone loves this series by Anna Huang, and I don't love it, and I can't pinpoint what it is, but I just don't think it's going to be memorable for me. And I will say, a lot of the time, I've actually been feeling this a lot with romance recently. Like, I haven't really been giving a romance book 5 stars, and maybe it's because I'm just in my like fantasy reading era. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what I want to pick up for the rest of today. I don't know if I want to continue Crescent City or if I want to finish Kingdom of the Feared. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to read. I think I want to pick up this, and we'll see how I go, and if I'm not connecting, then I will go into Crescent City. Now 6:28, so Luke will probably be home in a little bit. I've been reading Kingdom of the Wicked since 5:20. I'm really glad I decided to pick this up, because I've just dropped straight into the world, been super immersed straight away, and I'm so excited. I'm hoping to get to page 200 by the end of today. I thought I would come in and give you guys some statistics of how much I've read. So I think I've been reading for about 3 hours today, because I think I only read Twisted Games maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours. But I have read, so today I read 253 pages of Twisted Games by Anna Huang to finish the book. And so far I've read 79 pages of Kingdom of the Feared by Karen Miniscalco as well. I'm really enjoying this, so happy I jumped back into it. This is definitely, it's just such a good series to me. The second book I gave 5 stars too. So I'm not sure what this is going to be. Right now it's definitely sat at 4 stars. But there's no guarantee with books, you know, how you're going to feel by the end. But yeah, even after taking a break from this book for a couple of weeks, I am still so excited to be back in this world. I'm still obsessed with the writing, I'm still obsessed with our characters, and there's been so many revelations that are just game-changing to the story that I've loved as well, having these revelations. And I also love that they kind of scattered equally throughout the book, because I feel like there's no like super high climactic point that you then have to work down from. And it's been really nice, the pacing, I feel, for me personally. So far I have read 332 pages today. Pretty strong, starting off the weekend strong. I will say most of my reading has been happening at the weekends recently. Good morning everyone. It's kind of like late when I'm talking to you guys. It's 11:25. It's Monday morning now. But I didn't talk to you guys yesterday because I didn't really read much until very late in the evening. I thought I was going to try and finish Kingdom of the Feared, but yesterday me and Luke just had a very slow morning. It was actually a really lovely day, like a really lovely lazy day to just chill together, which was really great. And then we had I think it was like a 3-hour FaceTime call with my mum. So we ended up on the FaceTime call for a while, then we went out to grab some bits and bobs, and grab some things for dinner, and then Luke went out to bowling, and whilst he was at bowling I did a tiny bit of reading, but not of the book that I expected to read. Well, none of the books that I introduced you, to be honest. I started on page 95 of this on Saturday, and I've actually got it in my notes. And I read a total of 125 pages on Saturday, because I got to page 220, which is chapter 16. I am loving this, so good. It was so easy to read those 125 pages. I didn't want to put it down, but speaking of which, yesterday I didn't want to pick it back up, not because I wasn't enjoying the book, but because I just wasn't feeling a fantasy. So I decided to put this to one side yesterday, but on Saturday I read a total of 378 pages. Yesterday night I ended up picking up Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Murray. And this is because I have been 105 pages through this in November, and then I put this book down and I didn't pick it back up. And just yesterday, I don't know why, I just felt like picking this book back up. So I ended up picking it back up and I read to page 163, which is chapter 26. I love this book because it has such short chapters, but also this is almost... I think it's classed as a fantasy romance, but it's not told in a way that of the other fantasy romances that I read. Yesterday, in total, I only read 58 pages of this book, and that's all I read yesterday was 58 pages. So yeah, I'm not angry at that at all. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm around halfway through the book now, as you guys can probably tell. So about halfway through the book of Assistant to the Villain, and I'm over halfway through Kingdom of the Feared. I think by Tuesday we'll have both of these finished. At least. We might even have started something else. Okay guys, so I finally finished filming. This is the makeup that I came up with for today's video, or the video that I was filming. Yeah, but I want to show you guys what my desk looks like. I haven't really done a makeup video or anything like that in a while. I do like to do like a chit chat get ready with me every now and then, but honestly with makeup for my day-to-day life and my job, I don't really get to play around that much, so that's why I haven't really been doing it, because it doesn't fit into my job and what I do in my day-to-day life anymore. However, on the weekends I normally end up with something like this on my face because I'm so excited to play with makeup. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys the mess on my desk because now we need to clean up, because I was doing a skincare and makeup video. I might even have to split it into 2 videos and have one with my skincare only and one with my this makeup look in, because I have been filming for about an hour and a half this morning, which is crazy. It's because I wanted to zoom into my eyes and show you guys exactly how I was doing everything. So yeah, let's show you guys a mess of this room. It's not really too messy. I mean, I have just knocked my iPad and my 2 books off, and I had my hair straightener because I had to sort out my hair this morning. I've got my little tripod that I use for you guys on there as well. But yeah, it's not too bad. I've had to put some other stuff on the floor over here as well. That fell off the desk. But this is where the mess is. Like, oh, so many products to put away. It won't take that long, but we are going to quickly clear this away together. Okay, this may still look messy to some of you. I've got my daily makeup bag here. I actually might find a space to put this in the cupboard here, so it's not always out. Makeup brushes, mirror, laptop with my external keyboard and mouse I use. That's all plugged in, ready to go. Pens, pencils, this stuff is all moving. This is it. We are all clean. I have to go and hang some laundry up to dry because I just had the washing machine end. So I'm going to go and hang that up, and then we're going to put the second load for this weekend on. And then all the laundry is done for this weekend, which is brilliant. I say weekend like it's not Monday, but it is Monday. But I just had a really lazy weekend because, you know, it's half term for me, so I'm allowed to have a lazy day or 2. So yeah, and then I've got a parcel to wrap. And then to go and send off, which is my mum's birthday present, so we need to do that as well. Oh, okay guys, just wanted to give you guys a quick outfit of the day. Jumper is Mataland, one of my faves. Leggings, oh, these are actually Amazon leggings. And then I've got these California, I don't actually know what the brand is, SoCal and Co. They're basically a dupe for Converse high tops. Jewellery, gifted, seen eyewear, rings are all Pandora I believe, Pandora bracelets. I just finished wrapping it, here it is. I've got the QR code to send it off. So it's a lot later on, it's still Monday, it is 9:11, but I just want to say that I finished Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Murray, and I didn't know that this is not a standalone book. I thought this was a standalone book, but it's going to be a second one, and I need to know what happens in the second one. I'm devastated by how this one finished. I think I'm going to give it a 4 stars, maybe a 4.5. I'm not 100% set on it. Although it took me a while to read this book, it wasn't because I didn't enjoy it at all. In fact, I really loved this. Yeah, solid 4.5 stars. Really enjoyed this. I think I'm gonna try and read maybe 50 pages or so of King with the Feared before I go to bed as well, like before I officially like go to sleep. But we'll see how we go. If not, then this will definitely be finished tomorrow, and I'll set some time aside to finish off tomorrow. Hey everybody, and it is update time. It's Wednesday. It's Valentine's Day in the UK. Me and Luke went out this morning. It is now 4:10 in the afternoon, and Luke is sorting some stuff out in the loft, and I am gonna sit down and start continuing House of Flame and Shadow. I'm hoping to get a good 100 to 150 pages read today. We'll see how that goes. Yesterday I finished Kingdom of the Feared by Carrie Maniscalco. Absolutely loved it. I'll put my review from Fable up on the screen if I can remember to. Here we are. We have good old Crescent City. Luke is building some Lego. But we've got my naked hardcover of Crescent City. We've got our beautiful end pages. I'm very excited to continue reading this. Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you guys an update. It is pretty late, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's past midnight. It's 23 minutes past midnight, so we're technically into Thursday now. Luke actually had some keys from his work that were really important for them to have before 10, so we had to drive out at around like 9:30 to go and get them the keys. But I want to give you guys an update on Crescent City 3. I can't speak too much because I don't want to give spoilers. I feel like it definitely took me a couple of like 50 pages to get back into the world. Obviously bearing in mind I'm coming off the back of reading the whole of the Throne of Glass series, and that's been my whole personality trait for like the last year. I have definitely made a really good chunk of progress. I'm on page 300 exactly, which is chapter 33, and I am just into part 2. I want to talk about certain points from this book, but I know it's spoilery and I don't want to bring spoilers into this vlog. 300 pages through, which means I've got about 500 pages. I don't know how many exact pages are in this book. I don't want to risk it. I revealed a massive spoiler for myself, my own stupidity. I managed to avoid spoilers the whole entire time for the second book in Crescent City from Instagram and everything like that. Lo and behold, just for when I'm like 100 pages out, for me to flip to see how many pages are in the book, and seeing a massive spoiler, so I spoiled it for myself, which is hilarious. So it definitely taught me a lesson to not do that, or if I'm going to do it, to block the pages with my literal hand to not be tempted to scan. Okay guys, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. It is now Thursday morning, kind of like when I updated you last time, because it was technically Thursday, whatever. I obviously talked about my thoughts and feelings on House of Flame and Shadow yesterday, but I didn't actually tell you guys how much I ended up reading yesterday. So yesterday I read from page 57 all the way up to page 300, which meant that I averaged out, sorry, I have a whole like notes page open for this video so that I can give you guys accurate amount of reading. Which meant that I read 243 pages of this book yesterday, and I was consumed by it, like loving it so much. It is currently 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm not going to be able to start reading, I don't think, until maybe like 5-ish, and I think I'll probably read from like 5 till 10, which I know sounds to some people like a random time, but Luke finishes work at 10, so if I'm still up reading, Luke will get home about 10:30, so I'll probably read until about 10:30 if I'm still awake. If I end up falling asleep, I end up falling asleep. I would love to read 200 pages of this today. I think I said that last night. The only reason why really is because I would love to have this finished before the end of this half term, as I keep saying to you guys. Time is very precious to me, so yeah, I think it'd be great if I could read 200 pages today, 200 pages tomorrow, but I think if I read 200 pages tomorrow, it'll probably be in the morning, because I think Luke's doing some overtime, so I'll probably read whilst he's there. Okay guys, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. It is now Thursday morning, kind of like when I updated you last time, because it was technically Thursday, whatever. I obviously talked about my thoughts and feelings on House of Flame and Shadow yesterday, but I didn't actually tell you guys how much I ended up reading yesterday. So yesterday I read from page 57 all the way up to page 300, which meant that I averaged out, sorry, I have a whole like notes page open for this video so that I can give you guys accurate amounts of reading, which meant that I read 243 pages of this book yesterday, and I was consumed by it, like loving it so much. It is currently 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm not going to be able to start reading, I don't think, until maybe like 5-ish, and I think I'll probably read from like 5 till 10, which I know sounds to some people like a random time, but Luke finishes work at 10, so if I'm still up reading, Luke will get home about 10:30, so I'll probably read until about 10:30 if I'm still awake. If I end up falling asleep, I end up falling asleep. I would love to read 200 pages of this today. I think I said that last night. The only reason why really is because I would love to have this finished before the end of this half term, as I keep saying to you guys. Time is very precious to me, so yeah, I think it'd be great if I could read 200 pages today, 200 pages tomorrow, but I think if I read 200 pages tomorrow, it'll probably be in the morning, because I think Luke's doing some overtime, so I'll probably read whilst he's there. Yeah, I'm about to sit down and do some more reading. I'm just in a big reading mood, so I'm not getting anything else done, I'm not being the most productive, I'm not happy with what I'm writing at the moment, so I'm just going to sit down and read for a bit and let myself have that time. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to set up. I'm probably going to sit up here actually in my little pillow. I don't know if I showed you guys this actually. So when I read, I use this, not the green pillow, but I use this right here, and I kind of just sit. So I have my pillow back here, and then this goes here, and it is so comfy. If you don't have one of these, you defo should get one. So comfy to read in bed. If you love reading in your bed and you like to sit up but you get uncomfortable, like we've got a headboard here and then a window shelf, a window and then a window ledge. So if you get uncomfortable sat in your bed, like it is a bit uncomfortable to sit just there, these are really great. I got it gifted for Christmas from my eldest sister, and I am obsessed with it. I really hope my eldest sister got herself one as well, because this has been amazing, and there's also a pocket for your phone. Quick update, I am on page 500 now. I can hear my autofocus working, so I'm hoping that I'm in focus. I'm on page 500. It is currently almost 9:20 in the evening. I did stop to have some food. I've been reading for about 4-ish hours, I'm going to say. It's probably a little bit less than that, but it works out pretty much equal if I say it like that, because I normally read about 50 pages an hour with fantasy, especially with fantasy that has lots of world building, lots of things going on, and obviously I read at a slow pace also when I'm just loving something and I know it's the last in the series. I will say, so far this is not feeling like the last book in a series. I don't know how this ends, obviously, so everything could end really wrapped up and really neat. But at this current moment in time, having been, like, considering I'm 500 pages through the book, meaning that we only have 335 pages left, I think, we're not at a point that I thought we would be at, being so far through the book, I guess. I feel it's just not coming across as the last book in a series, and I don't know, it's not that I expected anything from this book. I'm not really too sure what I expected. I will say the stuff in the beginning was good, but it felt a little bit almost, I wanted more time where they were in the beginning, and I didn't get that, which is fine, but it does make me very, very, very intrigued about other books and other things coming out. And also I've watched so many like clips and interviews of Sarah J Maas where she says there is a possibility of another book in this series. But also the only other reason why I think this as well, and I could be completely off, this could literally just be the third and final, or she could just say that's it. Obviously I haven't got to the end of this book, so like I said, I don't know if it's going to be conclusive. But we haven't had a book titled House of Many Waters. There's 4 different houses in this world, right? But we've only had 3 books, and each book has had the title of those houses. It has just gone 11:30. Please excuse my voice, let it be known, like I said, it's been half term for me. It was the 17th of February for this clip. And as you guys know, the week before I had
tonsillitis, and the week before that I had a really bad cold, borderline COVID, wasn't actually COVID. And I think I told you guys earlier, my throat was really sore. It's not tonsillitis at the moment, it's a very, very, very red, angry throat. There's nothing that I can really do about it right now apart from take ibuprofen, although I will say I'm a bit frustrated because I don't understand why I've got it, and I've changed so many things in my diet recently, like with my diet and the vitamins I'm taking. Because I'm not going to bed until I finish this book. I know this because I'm at the point of no return now where everything's about to go down. Well, like where there's so many things about to go down. There's about 100 pages left of the book. I'm currently on page 732. There's 835 pages in the book. Yes, I'm currently at the last bit. I have read 232 pages today already, but we're going to make it up to that 335 pages in one day, I think, because I definitely will not be able to sleep with just this little bit left, knowing that it's there. And I think I said, like, I thought this would be finished yesterday, but I didn't have any time to read yesterday, which is perfectly fine. Sometimes it ends up like that. But I just came upstairs because I was literally binge reading downstairs for the last hour, last 2 hours, and I had 2 hours up here, 2 hours downstairs reading after dinner. And now I'm gonna have my last hour to hour and a half. But I feel like compared to other kind of romance interests, Hunt and Bryce, I really, really shipped in the first book and in the second book, when a lot of people in the second book said that they didn't feel the chemistry between them, the two of them. But I would say in this book I'm not feeling the chemistry between both of them. I'm not sure if it's just because I've read about other OG romance interests from Sarah J Maas Worlds, and I kind of seen how she's crafted them so well now. But yeah, I will say, a character I love in here is Run. I just love him, and I'm so happy to see him progress as a character. And also, like, there's some like open-ended plot points in here that aren't really explained. And there's some things that I want to talk about that are spoilers that I might put at the end of this vlog with like a spoiler warning. So if you don't want to be spoiled for the series, then you can skip it and I'll put a timestamp on the screen. Because it's definitely something, there's some things that I really want to talk about in terms of like spoiler land, but I can't talk about them without spoiling things. There's been a couple of plot holes, and there's also been a couple of frustrations and also simplicities when I feel like if it was that easy the whole time, why didn't it happen sooner, kind of thing. And I feel like maybe it's because, you know, the third book and like the last book in the series is always so, you know, thought so highly of. But I don't know, easily putting like this between A Court of Silver Frames and Kingdom of Ash. Kingdom of Ash comes out on top all the way through. Court of Silver Flames, then this as a final book.
I did end up finishing the last book in the Crescent City series, and I did enjoy it, and you can see that all in my February Defeat the TBR update. But that is it for everything in today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new out here. I'd like to see more videos from me, and I'll catch you guys all in my next one. Bye!